Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. I'm here to provide an update on a homicide that we had at this location yesterday, shortly after 6:30. But before I give you the update, first I want to offer condolences to the victim in this case. The victim was a 26-year-old female who is here at work, and we also had another victim who's 24 years of age who also was shot and injured, who's currently in critical condition. I am here to announce that we did make an arrest. We made an arrest late yesterday evening of a 36-year-old male out of Atlanta. As stated before, I won't release the name as right now because it's still an ongoing investigation. We still need to provide some information and get some information from some other individuals. But as most people know, this was a very tragic situation that did not have to occur. What we know is that the suspect came inside the restaurant, ordered a sandwich, and there was something wrong with the sandwich that made him so upset that he decided to take out his anger on two of the employees here. What's more important as well is that we had a citizen who contacted us, who gave us some viable information, and who helped lead this investigation in the right direction. As we always say, we can't do it alone. It's oftentimes that we rely on the support of the citizens of Atlanta, and that's what happened yesterday. So kudos to that individual who also is going to be renamed anonymous. But quick actions. Once we get the information, officers from our Zone 5 field investigation team as well as homicide descended on the location, and we were able to take the suspect in custody without further incident. And so again, very senseless act that, again, someone armed with a handgun who could not resolve the conflict decided that that was the way to resolve it. And so now we have one female deceased and another female recovering from the injuries. And then also there was a 5-year-old child also in the restaurant. So that child was also placed in danger. That child has to go through some type of trauma counseling. So again, this is incidents that we always talk about that did not have to happen, but there's still some residual effects that families are going to have to deal with, not only the homicide, but this child that's going to have a traumatic incident that they have to deal with. So I'll answer a few questions at this time.
Chief, I noticed that you didn't mention the mayo in your summary. Is that still the case, that he was angry or upset over mayo on his sandwich?
Right. And again, I intentionally did not do it because, again, I want the focus to be on the gun violence. And again, it was something very senseless. Yes, the too much mayo on a sandwich. But again, individual with a gun who decided that that was the course of action to resolve the conflict. So yes, it's a sandwich, but more importantly, someone who failed to resolve a conflict by just walking away, having a conversation to just reorder a sandwich, decided to take actions into his hands. And now we have families who are devastated, and even his family. So again, very tragic.
Can you tell us whether or not the child who was inside the store, his mom was shot?
So his mother is the other victim who's injured. Yes.
Talk me through. This happened at 6:30, busy section. What frustrates you the most about really just a senseless shooting like this?
I mean, it's frustrating that we have a 26-year-old female who is no longer with us. It frustrates me that we had an individual with a firearm who decided that, again, that was the answer to resolve a conflict over a sandwich. Again, it's frustrating for us to having to spend the investigators' time that's the homicide that we're focusing on. It's just, again, it's the senseless act. It's the gun owners who don't make the right decisions. I mean, again, it's very tragic, and more importantly for me, it's the 5-year-old that was there that's going to have to deal with this long term.
And the mother was the victim who survived?
Yes.
And Chief, a question here. Did the gunman leave and get the gun, or did he have the gun in the restaurant?
So I know there are a lot of questions, and I don't want to give out too much information. We have to remember that this is something that ultimately has to be tried in court. And so some of the details will be in the report that will be released later at a later time. But I don't want to really get into everything that happened because it still has to be tried in court.
The citizen that helped you read information to get an arrest, was that a witness inside the restaurant?
Again, I'm not going to go into detail.
Can you tell us where you arrested, how far maybe away he was?
What I will say, I won't give the exact location, but I will say it's close to the incident location.
All right, thank you everybody.